Right then. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live stream. We'll let some people come in and we will get going. I'm just going to do a few sound checks. We're just going to be covering last week's news. So just be a quick roundup and also some of today's headlines. Tomorrow night, we will be doing a deeper dive over on the Curious Bunny into the Epstein files. So if you are following the Epstein files, you are interested in that, please give me a sub and a follow and hit the notification bell over on the Curious Bunny. So let me just grab the link to that channel in case you are not subscribed. Welcome to everybody coming in, and old and new. Right, here we go. So I'm going to pop the link in now. So for all your egg stain stuff, jump on here. Okay, so I'm going to pin it for a bit as well. So there we go. Right then. Oh, a month. Ah, awesome, Claire Bear. Thank you, darling. That's gone fast, hasn't it? Blimey. Hello then. We've got 14 people watching. How are we all doing? Good to see you all. We've got Lee. How's the audio, by the way? We've got Terry Knowles. No, we haven't. Oh, we have. Terry Knowles Band again. We've got Tamsin. We've got Claire Bear. Who else have we got? We've got Yvonne, DJ Rockford, and Lily Bell, who was first. So, hello everybody, how are we doing? There's been a few things happening today, and then obviously there's been some things last week. This should have been done last night. Hi Saskia, my mistake. I had a bit of a nightmare, so I moved it to tonight. But usually Saturday nights aren't really for news shows, but there you go. It's either now or it doesn't happen. Okay, so wow, this is just in. The Conservatives are saying that migrants will be given 40% of new homes by 2030 in the UK. This doesn't surprise me. Hi Carlos, how you doing? Saskia's here. A big up everybody in the live stream. Please hit the like if you don't mind, or the dislike if you don't like the content. You know, there's lots of other channels. There's like, is it like something million? Is it 3 million channels? I don't know. So the first thing I want to talk about, we're going to cover briefly the Iraq War. I don't want to go in too much to the Iraq War because it's basically it's constantly changing. For a start, the news is just constantly. I could tell you what's going on, and then it will change in the next 30 minutes. So unless I'm going to sit here and constantly run the news on the war, which some people actually are, they're doing like 12-hour streams where they're just giving you constant updates. I don't have the time to do that. But this story yesterday that came out, now they're now saying that all 6 crew members were killed, US servicemen. Now they were over Iraq. Okay, we're going to just hear from the Americans here and what they say. But it happened over Iraq and it was refueling. Now, oddly, all 6 have now been confirmed dead. They said it was just 3, but it's now confirmed all 6. Oddly, the Americans say it wasn't friendly fire. No offence to our American friends, but they are pretty well known for that, for friendly fire. They've also killed a few British in the past through so-called friendly fire. The Americans are ruling that out. It wasn't that. They're also ruling out them being hit. Now, the Iraqis, a dissident group in Iraq, are saying that they did it. But the Americans are denying that they were hit by a hostile power, and they're also denying that they were hit by friendly fire. But they won't say how or who did this. So let's just hear from the...
War is chaos. And as we saw yesterday with the tragic crash of our KC-135 tanker, bad things can happen.
U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth speaking Friday a day after the military confirmed that a U.S. KC-135 refueling aircraft crashed in western Iraq during Operation Epic Fury. All 6 crew members on board were killed as a result of the crash.
The incident occurred over friendly territory in western Iraq while the crew was on a combat mission, and again was not the result, as CENTCOM has said, was not the result of hostile or friendly fire.
According to U.S. Central Command, 2 aircrafts were involved in the incident. One went down, while the other landed safely. The KC-135 Stratotanker is used to refuel other planes in mid-air, allowing them to travel longer distances and maintain operations longer without landing. The military says the circumstances of the incident are still being investigated.
I don't believe for one second that this wasn't either A, friendly fire, or B, hostile. The people that do this, that do the mid-air refueling, they are strategically planning these down to the millisecond. This is what they do. They have them over here sometimes. We had them last year, one of these, practicing over us. This isn't something that they just make mistakes on. They train for this. They train to refuel mid-air. I don't believe for one second that this is just a freak accident and that this plane actually went. Now the Iraqis are claiming that they did it. Let's just carry on listening.
As I have with all of them, as we have, we will greet those heroes at Dover, and their sacrifice will only recommit us to the resolve of this mission.
Meanwhile, on his Truth Social platform, U.S. President Donald Trump calling leaders of Iran's regime, quote, deranged scumbags. On Thursday, via a statement read by a state TV anchor, Iran's new supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, vowed to keep the Strait of Hormuz, a key oil corridor, closed.
No, the new Ayatollah, whatever they're called, the new leader of the supreme in Iran, the Islamic Revolution Guard who took over the country in 1979. He can't even speak. Now, apparently he's in hospital on life support. I don't know how true that is. But he couldn't even read out his own statement. The Iranian state TV just put a picture up and read it out. I find this war really... It's quite distressing. Trump went in and made out that it was going to be done really quickly. There's not a lot of support for the war at all. Even Vice President, why can't I think of people's names today? I don't know why. Even his own people don't want it. People around him. Now, apparently there's a general that's been spending a lot of time with Trump, a senator who is very, very war hungry, and he wants war. Now, I don't know what Trump is doing. If Trump was in his first term, this wouldn't have happened. He knows he can't go again, so he just wants to get it done. On the other hand, I understand why he's doing it. He's trying to free the Persian people of this Islamic regime. So I do understand why he's doing it. But what I don't understand is why didn't he go in sooner when they were pleading? He left them for like 6-7 weeks. I don't know what's going on. And the deaths of these 6 US servicemen over Iraq is not helping Trump at all. You just mention Iraq and you just start to think back to the First and Second Gulf War and US servicemen dying, and he's just tanking in the polls. I think if he can get it done really, really soon, and he can get it finished and we can go in for regime change, which I don't usually support, but I do believe that the Persian people should be deciding their own leaders. They shouldn't be under a dictatorship. There's been no elections there. They just choose who to put in. So I understand why he's doing it. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the live chat or in the comment section if you're watching on the replay. We've got the replay crew. Let me know in the comments. I'm a bit torn. This Hormuz Strait, this is like the main oil shipping lane of the world. And the Iranians are just bombing them every time they come past. And the Americans, and they've asked for help. The Americans have asked for us and other countries to help. But the thing is, if you send your your navy in to help these passing by oil ships, there's a good chance you're going to get sunk. And I don't blame the civilians for not wanting to drive these tankers through. So all it's doing is pushing up the cost of oil. So all people are seeing is Trump's gone in, Americans have died, the cost of oil's gone up, the cost of living's gone up. And they're not seeing anything positive coming out yet. So I hope to God that this can end quickly and they can get the democracy back in Iran. I wouldn't usually agree with this, but they actually want this, unlike Iraq and Afghanistan, wherever the Americans want to go in. They didn't want it. They do want the help in Iran.
But Hegseth said he wasn't worried.
The only thing prohibiting transit in the Straits right now is Iran shooting at shipping. It is open for transit should Iran not do that. Now, there's a reason why we chose, as one of our primary objectives, destroy the Navy. We're working with our interagency partners, and that's not a strait we're going to allow to remain contested or with a lack of flow of commercial goods.
In that briefing, Hegseth also claimed that the new Supreme Leader had been wounded and likely disfigured, attributing that to the reason why he put out a written statement instead of appearing on camera. Iran has not responded to that claim. More than 2,000 people, including civilians and military personnel, have reportedly been killed as a result of the war in Iran. For City News, I'm Erica Natividad.
Right, so I've just shared the link to that one if you want to go and see that story. Right, let's get back into the live chat. Echo. Oh, right, maybe it was because the microphone was too close. Maybe, I'm not sure. I'll make sure that doesn't happen again. I'll do my best. Hello, there's 24 people watching. Saturday night is not usually the night when we'll be doing these sort of news shows. J.D. Vance, I don't know why I couldn't think of his name, but he's apparently not happy, according to President Trump himself, that this is happening. So, right, a couple more things to do with the war. This is a weird one. This was on CNN. I haven't seen this being reported anywhere in the UK. But apparently a British man, a 60-year-old, has been charged in Dubai. Let's just get this up now. With cyber crimes. Now, you know all the videos that were coming out of the Middle East where there was hotels and stuff being hit. Well, apparently the guy one of the people that filmed a lot of these, I wish I could get rid of these stupid ads, but I can't. It won't let me. Unless I make it smaller, which I'm trying to not do so you guys can read it better. A 60-year-old man has been charged with cyber crimes in Dubai. This is just madness, and this is why people need to be careful. You go over to Abu Dhabi and Dubai, you may think it's very westernized, but actually it's still a very strict country. So it says a British man has been charged under cybercrime laws in Dubai for allegedly filming Iranian missiles over the city. UK authorities have confirmed. Let me know if you've heard of this, guys, because I hadn't heard of this outside of CNN. The 60-year-old man, reported to be a tourist, was charged under a law that prohibits publishing or sharing material that could disturb public security. You know why, don't you? Because they're not happy, because people are seeing all these hotels being blown up and not coming anymore, and they're all buggering off home. Could you blame them? He says, we are in contact with the local authorities following the detention of a British man in the UAE. The UK Foreign Office told CNN. CNN has reached out to the Dubai government for comments. They've not replied, I don't think. But Lana Nusabi told the Minister of State to the EU, told the BBC that she was aware there'd been some violations, I'm quoting, of the law, but did not comment on the British man's case specifically. She said the regulations had been introduced for public safety. My best advice to everyone here who we welcome being here is follow the guidelines. The guidelines are there for your safety and protection. So this is some of the things that he filmed, apparently. But, you know, people, the thing is, in the UK and in the West, we're just used to filming everything. But they don't allow that over there. The penalty for breaching cybercrime laws in the UAE is a minimum of 2 years in prison, as well as a 200,000 UAE, which is about $54,000 fine. So this guy, if he gets found guilty, is fooked. In an interview in UK radio station LBC, the UAE's ambassador to the UK, Mansour Adbuldoul, said the UAE is very safe. The guidelines and regulations are there to ensure people's safety. So the Attorney General of the UAE warned people against circulating photos or videos showing the sites of the attacked. So they're not happy. They are not happy at all over there, which is quite worrying if you want to go on holiday. So I'm just going to pop this story in here. Hello, Sawun. Hello, Steve. Yeah, I think it probably is true. I think that story is true. But I don't know what's going to happen. But I hadn't actually heard that. Now, you guys may have known that today Trump has been bombing the hell out of this island, which is apparently central to the oil production. It's known as Karg Island. Now, I don't know that much about it, so you're going to have to bear with me. But they've actually, this site went completely untouched during the first 2 weeks of the war. Now today, or well last night, for some reason, the US have gone mad and they've bombed the hell out of it. So I'm not quite sure what's going on here. It's just going to cause the oil price to go up more and more and more and more. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview on this island and then we will move on to different stories. Hello, Ian. How are you doing? If I've missed you coming in, sorry. I've just been in and out of the chat because I've been on these other sites. I will be linking every story as well in the live stream. So this Karg Island is a coral outcrop island, a third of the size of Manhattan, just 25 kilometres, about 15 miles off Iran's coast in the Persian Gulf. Almost every day, millions of barrels of crude oil gush from Iran's major fields, including Avaz, I don't know where all these places are, through pipelines to the island, known among Iranians as the Forbidden Island due to tight military controls. Its long jetties jutting into water deep enough to accommodate oil supertankers make the island a crucial site for oil distribution. It processes 90% of Iran's crude exports. The island has long been key to Iran's economy. A CIA document from 1984 said the facilities are most vital in Iran's oil system, and their continued operation is essential to Iran's economic well-being. Israeli opposition leader Yair Lapid recently said destroying the terminal would cripple Iran's economy and topple the regime. Well, they've gone in today, the Americans have, and bombed the hell out of it. As the island had been loading tankers non-stop since the war broke out. So they've left it alone for the first 2 weeks. And for some reason, they've now... He announced on Friday that the US military had conducted what he called one of the most powerful bombing raids in history, wiping out military assets on Karg Island. Now, this to me shows more and more that Trump wants the oil. Video posted on Truth Social by Trump and geolocated by CNN shows US strikes on Karg's airport facilities and runway. The US military official told CNN the strikes were large scale but avoided hitting the island's oil infrastructure. Well, that's good. Targets included naval mine storage facilities, missile storage bunkers, and other military infrastructure. So we can see it happening here. Let me just pull out a little bit and we can see that. So this video was posted on Truth Social, apparently. You can just see them hitting it there, unclassified. So this is the island. And there you go, taking them out. Well, how they've managed to not hit the oil is beyond me, but that's bloody clever, isn't it, how they can do that? So Iran said more than 15 explosions are reported on the island, but no infrastructure was damaged. So what the Americans are doing, they're trying to take them out, take out the Iranians and basically get them for themselves, I'm guessing. Right then, okay. America's self-sufficient in oil. Yeah, it's just, the thing is, this war is just getting more and more nasty now, you know? Oh, apologies. Get rid of that. I don't know. I just hope to God that they can get it sorted out and that no more people die. You know, I just don't want it getting worse and worse and worse and worse. There's a lot of people dying. It's not good. Okay, I'm going to move on to some different stories. Some of you may remember this one. I covered it last year. Do you guys remember that hotel migrant that walked into that elderly lady's flat, and it was her daughter that chased him out, if you remember? And people were filming him walking around. Well, he's only gone and got off with it. He's got off with it. Do you guys remember this? Let me know in the live chat. I'm gonna have to go for a wee in a minute, you know, because I've had tea. Ridiculous. Right, 24 people watching. Let me know in the live chat. Do you guys remember this? Carlos says he remembers it. Yes. Yeah, exactly, Tamsin. That's what they need to do. Yeah, Canary Wharf, there was a hotel last year. Well, this asylum seeker just literally just wandered in to this woman's apartment, and he's been cleared. He's been allowed to go free. I think it was her daughter that chased him out. Do you remember when they first... Highlands, you can order catheters on. It's because I've had tea. It makes me... I'm not eating anything today. It makes me... Anyway, so an asylum... If I have to go, I'll let you know. An asylum hotel migrant arrested for assault after reportedly entering... He didn't reportedly, he did enter... yes, he did, Lee. He did. Let me see if I can just quickly find the clip, because it was on this channel, wasn't it? It did look like him. You're right, the Welsh choir boy. Let's just see if I can find it. And it was only about, what, 5, maybe 6 months ago? Feels like forever ago. See if I can find the video. Right, here you go. Okay. Right. Just remove that a moment. I'm going to quickly show you, if those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. So this was a short clip. Now, this is the police, because the police just stood there and did nothing. If it wasn't for the people that seen it who chased him down, I think it was her daughter that chased him out, and then there was some locals, because there was already people gathering, because the government was saying, oh no, there's nothing going on, you know, there's no migrants going to be moving in. And they did move them in, and there were protesters there. So let's just listen to this.
So sorry, could I ask, what did he actually say he was doing inside the lady's house?
I'm not permitted to tell you that, sorry. I get everyone's just angry.
I'm an independent journalist. I'm just here.
Yeah, no, that's fine. You have the right to record everything. That's completely fine. The thing is, unfortunately, members of the public are quite angry about the fact that they've been housed here, and I get that, but that doesn't mean that they will try and impact our police decision. Okay, we're going to have to look at everything in an unbiased way, and we can only go by what we've been told and what the law is.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay? I was just wondering whether I could. I was just curious to why he'd wandered in there, whether it was he was lost or whether he was like maybe he's got the door confused with a neighbour's door or something like that.
I'll tell you just because it is an open investigation.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Perfect. Thank you. That's fine.
So it's an open investigation, apparently, and that was one of the members of the public hygiene that actually asked what the hell was going on. I think I might have, if I remember, might have a clip. Let me just see if I can find it. Of this guy wandering around. It's a short, so there's a lot of shorts on this channel. So I might not be able to find it, but yeah, so basically just walked in someone's house. And this is the thing, you see. Now, whether whether you agree with the migrants coming here or not, even those lefties who actually like the migrants coming in, it's common sense, folks, that these are from an alien, they're alien to us. Where they come from, they don't, women are covered up. Women aren't allowed to just do whatever the hell they want. They don't have the same laws as us. They come here and they think they can just swan around and do whatever they want and go wherever they want, and there's no repercussions because they think there's some sort of protected. And is it their fault, really? I don't know. Because these people, they come in, they bought in by this government and the previous government, who are guilty, in my opinion, of people trafficking. This government and the previous government are guilty of people trafficking. They're bringing these people in. They're not only allowing it, they are bringing them in. And they're giving them free rein, and they're acting like these people will just support our way of life and respect our laws when they don't. And they're not forcing them to do it either. Well, I'm just still looking for this clip, but I might have gone past it because there's so many shorts on this video. But there's definitely a clip on here somewhere of this guy just wandering around, and no one didn't, it wasn't for the people, like I say, protesting, who managed to film the guy. So they filmed him. He was caught. He admitted it, but he's got away with it. So let's just come off that a moment and we'll go back to that story. 25 watching. Yeah, news shows are definitely not for Saturday nights. I know this. This is more for like the replay as well, so everyone can watch it after. So the guy in his 20s was detained by members of the pub. Yes, it was a citizen's arrest on this one, I remember. Bugger off, stop it. There you go. So there was police there, people feel he's been cleared. Now, the thing is, has he been cleared because he couldn't have had a fair trial because he was filmed by so many people? That is another thing that, we seem to forget, that there's laws in place to stop people filming people that are suspected of committing a crime without any evidence, without going to court. This is another thing that could have messed up this case. I don't know whether that is the case, but it could have. So, lack of evidence, apparently. It says he entered the woman's house after being followed by a group of men on the street. The man has now been reportedly cleared due to lack of evidence after he was arrested on suspicion of common assault. Footage swelled on social media at the time of a man being held by the public and told to go back to the hotel. The blind woman whose house he stormed was reportedly left traumatised and feared for her life. He is no longer believed to be staying at the Britannia Hotel, a 5-minute walk away from the woman's home, while the daughter of the blind woman, Chane Augustus, interesting name, then 22, tried to force her way into the migrant hotel with a meat cleaver. A court heard last year. Can you blame her, though? The trouble erupted when she discovered the migrant inside her mum's flat. She was allegedly part of a group of around 20 people who tried to storm the hotel on the Isle of Dogs, East London. So he's got off with it, basically. He's walked away scot-free. And again, is it because of lack of evidence? Is it because of so many people filming it? You're not going to get a fair trial. Unfortunately, in this country, you've got to have a fair trial. But the thing that gets me, though, is that he's here illegally. So why does he get a fair trial? Us, the indigenous people of this country, and those people who came here legally in the past and settled here and worked here and had children here, I've got no problem with. Even they're sick of this. Even people who aren't white but have been here for generations or came in the last generation and have integrated, they've had enough of this as well, because they even say they don't come here to turn it into another country. They come here because they like the British culture. They like the Englishness. You don't go to another country like France or Italy and get just another economic zone, which is what they are. There's economic zones now. You expect to get the culture, and that's what people want to. They come here, they want the culture. They're not getting it. It's totally madness. Exactly. But I think that's what's messed it up, to be honest, is the lack of trial. Now, at the end of the day, they are breaking the law. As soon as they come here illegally, they are criminals. That's just a fact. And how people cannot see that is beyond me. It doesn't make any sense. Another breaking news story today, another sad story, a really sad and tragic. I don't know what is going on of why this happened, and if it was part of a immigrant family, or whether it was, I just don't know. It seems really bizarre. Murder investigation has been launched after a baby's died. This is a really sad one. A woman, as a 43-year-old woman, has been arrested and charged with murder after her baby, 18-day-old baby, was thrown or fell from a height. This is pure evil. I might be wrong about this. I might be wrong, but I just feel that it could be a family. Hi, Jimmy, that have come here recently. I don't know. So Met officers were called to Horse Ferry Road. I think it was in London. Yeah, because Met Police. Yeah, so it was in London. Most of these places in London are immigrants. Following the baby's death, a 43-year-old woman was arrested at the scene on suspicion of murder and remains in police custody. This is just so messed up. Why would you just can't imagine. Not that she's not even been arrested with manslaughter. She's been arrested with murder. She did it on purpose. So the Detective Chief Inspector Alison Foxwell said, at this stage, we believe the incident occurred within a domestic context. We are appealing for anybody with information to come forward. This baby was 18 days old, just over 2 weeks old. Following the incident, a guarded police cordon was erected on Great Peter Street, just off Halls Ferry Road, which was closed to traffic. Forensic officers have also been seen at the scene. Of thoughts today with the baby's family. The death of an infant is always an extremely tragic occurrence. So we don't know anything about the people, but my guess, and I might be wrong, is this will be an immigrant family, and I don't know why, I don't know whether they'll say that they didn't realise they were high up. But I might be wrong. It might not be. We'll have to wait and see. At the moment, that's all we know. We'll have to wait for more to come out on that. But it wouldn't surprise me if it was foreigners. Google Chrome says, hi Penny, it will be a mad foreigner as usual. I don't know. All I know is that a baby's died. I keep hearing women carrying self-defense. Yeah, well, apparently you're not allowed to carry pepper spray in this country. It's absolutely ludicrous that we are not allowed to carry anything to defend ourselves because we might hurt the perpetrator. Like, you can't even make your own. The only thing you can get is a spray you can get on Amazon, and apparently it leaves a dye on the baddie and it smells like poop, is what I've read. So I don't know what that's going to do. It's not going to do much, is it? It's not going to do much at all. Right, okay. Let's see what else is going on in the news. Honestly, it really pisses me off, though. Anyone can just be so evil. It's just evil. Doesn't matter what nationality you are. You kill a baby, especially your own baby. Evil. Right, what's this breaking news here? Hold on a minute, guys. Some breaking news in. Hang on. Oh. Right. London's burning star, who was found guilty of paedophilia, has been found dead. This is breaking news, guys. This wasn't part of my stream. Isn't it awful, Ian? Poor baby. Right, this wasn't part of my stream. TV. I remember this vaguely. I used to watch London's Burning. Star John Alford found dead in prison. Oh, is he another one? Is he? And this is the thing, you see. A lot of these pedos, in my opinion, are part of a much bigger thing. They're part of a network, you know. Like these are the smaller ones that get done. Was he going to tell all on who he was procuring children for? He was done for sexually abusing 2 girls. He's been found dead. So let's just watch this report. All right, let's just turn the volume up a little bit. Not much audio, it's just music, isn't it? I don't remember him. He's just 54 now. London's Burning was, what, 34 years ago? He must have been like his 20s then. Yeah, this has just happened, guys. It's just come in. Found dead. Unresponsive in bed on Friday. He didn't wake up. Maybe the clock shot exploded in there. There he is when he was younger. He was on Grange Hill. Isn't he? He's not the only one to be found guilty on Grange Hill, is he? There he is in London's Burn. I remember him. He's only a bab. What's wrong with people? But then, have you noticed? Surely it's disproportionate how many in TV and radio in the entertainment industry turn out as pedos, and they're just the ones we know about. There's something more sinister going on. There's a bigger ring, and they seem to take people out.
What was it before? A letterbox?
It's better than that glass and concrete monstrosity you come
I used
out
to
of.
watch this.
This is a fire station, mate, not an airport lounge.
Right, so he had hit the skids in 1999 when he was locked up for dealing drugs. He was weeks into an 8.5-year sentence for his assaults when his body was found. What's that there? Is that him? When in 99? Looks like it, doesn't it? Oh. No, I don't want to watch another video.
With
No,
20 hotel
I don't
brands
want to
at
watch
IHG Hotel.
another video. Thank you. So he's been found. Apparently, he was caged for sexually abusing 2 young girls. He started off in Grange Hill in the 80s, and then he found fame as Billy Ray in London's Burning during the 90s. I remember him. He was the heartthrob. Do you remember of London's Burning? Oh my God, you sick piece of. Better not swear. Yeah, that was him in London. That was him. So he was done for dealing drugs. So he had hit the skids in 99. He was locked up for dealing drugs. And he was just weeks into an 8.5-year sentence for assault on 2 girls when his body was found. He was unresponsive in bed when staff opened the door. You do have to wonder, don't you? Now, if they've given him an injection to kill him, excuse me, my voice is going. Then you could say it was going to be a heart attack. I don't know. There seems to be a lot of these paedophiles dying in jail. You know, like look at Ian Huntley. There's so much more to that, you know, guys. So much more we're going to cover. Hi, lovely jubbly. So this pedo who worked, who was on London's Burning and Grange Hill, was locked up for abusing 2 little girls, has been found dead. It's just come out. It's not even hit GB News yet. So Glasgow-born Alford got his big break after training at the Anna Shah Theatre alongside Patsy Palmer and Sid Owen. He landed the role of Rebel Robbie Wright on Grange Hill, and then he went on to London's Burning. Up to 8 million watched the show, and Alfred was part of the cast involved in its anti-drugs campaign, even though he was then later caught dealing drugs. He admitted he was drinking up to 18 bottles of beer and 9 spirit shots a night. He earned a new army of fans. Yeah, I remember, in 93 to 98. He had a short-lived pop career, apparently, which that does ring a bell for some reason. There he is in Grange Hill on the right. Madness. Ziggy. And that was him recently. His record label dropped him in 1997. He was sacked from London's Burning after being convicted for supplying cocaine and cannabis. Oh, he's got a bit of a career going on. Casualty he was in. He got no more showbiz jobs after September 2018. His biggest disgrace came in April 2022 after report to police that he abused 2 girls aged 14 and 15. They had got drunk at a pub before heading to the home of a pal whose dad had been drinking with Alfred. The actor bought £250 worth of food, booze and cigarettes from a petrol station, including vodka that the girls drank later. Once left alone with the girls, he had sex with the younger girl in a garden and a toilet. The trial heard he asked her, "Do you want this, babe?" and she said no. It's just awful, isn't it? Sick people. Oh man, what is wrong with people? So he's been found dead. Now we don't know how. He fought back tears in court, claiming he never touched either girl. He told jurors, "I have been accused of the most horrific crime anyone can ever be accused of. I didn't do anything inappropriate." He said, "This stinks. This is a setup." This is what I'm saying. Are they saying, yeah, but we think it's disgusting, but did he do it? Because he's saying, "This stinks. This is a setup." We just don't know. We just don't know that. What's going on, do we? Like, I'm not saying he's guilty or innocent. He got found guilty, but was there any evidence other than the girls say so? Shannon, who had been in psychiatric hospital before his September trial, was convicted under his real name, John Shannon, sorry. He was found guilty of 4 counts of sexual activity. He denied all wrongdoing and yelled at jurors, "Wrong, I didn't do this," as the verdict was read out. Friends of Islington area of North London, where he lived, are said to have turned their back on him. Yeah, he's been found guilty, but usually with something like that, yeah, he's just been found dead in prison yesterday, but it's just been announced. Oh, I don't know. He's been found guilty, hasn't he? So he's guilty. But the fact that he's shouting it's a setup, we know that they do this. So he's been found dead. All deaths in custody. Probation, prisons and probation ombudsman will investigate. He was found dead. We don't know we don't know whether he was beaten. We don't know whether he was murdered or whether we just don't know. Yeah, no, I agree, DJ Rockford. It's just because of the amount of stuff that they lie about now. There's always that at the back of my mind. You know, was it a setup? Probably not, but it's always there. Right, what else is going on in the world? There's so much going on with the Iraq war. I know that jewellery trial, they've just passed that second part of the jewellery trial banning as well today. Lammy's disgusting bill that he wants to get through. So anything that would be under 3 years, you won't get a jury trial. Hi, Loza B, how you doing? But before we get on to that, yes, egg stained. That's what I'm on about. Right. So this is an exclusive in The Sun, actually. Apparently, I've got some audio now. Creepy Andrew, an exclusive with some girl. Creepy Andrew brushed my boobs when I was 17 whilst being shown in line of girls during meat market party at Eggstain's mansion. Gross. Oh. So this woman's come forward now. So she's appearing in the files, in the photos. Is that her now? Now 32. Said she felt like she was part of a meat market at Eggstain's New York mansion. She looks older than 32, doesn't she? God, she's 13 years younger than me. Creepy encounter in 2010. That looks like Ghislaine on the floor there, doesn't it? During the stay that he was pictured on all fours. Oh, so maybe that was her then. She didn't say it was her, but she said it's during a stay. News not interviewed, only gone to New York. Oh, we know that was lies, to tell the financier that he didn't want to see him anymore. He was released under investigation. So, it's going to start playing another video now, I think. Yeah, so this girl's come forward. Let's see what she's had to say. Caroline Kaufman, her name is, who's come forward, now 32. She looks like Daniela Westbrook, but with a nose, doesn't she? She doesn't look 32. Said he was a creep. I still can't believe the Americans haven't got him yet. I really can't. It's pretty shocking, isn't it? This came out yesterday as well. She said she went for a photo shoot, but look at this. This was yesterday. This will be part of my Epstein file deep dive. This came out with the first ever time that Randy Andy, Mandelson and Eggstein have been photographed together for the first time. Why won't it let me do big? It won't let me. I don't know why. So there we've got Randy Andy, Eggstein and Mandelson. Now, this is not Photoshop. This was found in the files by apparently one of the ITN people. There's literally 20,000 videos and thousands of photos. There's so much more to find. So that's why there's still stuff coming out. So there's Mandelson with him. It's unclear where the photo of the three men was taken. It's understood to be taken between 1999 and 2000 before Eggstein was imprisoned. So yeah, that came out. Going back to this girl, she says she was told she was going back to his Epstein's mansion in New York for a photo shoot. I thought this was going to be my big break. That seems to be a common denominator with Eggstein, that these girls think they're going to get a big break. I was shocked, but I was told to stay as it would be worth my while. So I tried to go with the flow. I thought maybe I'd get modelling gigs out of it. Once I realised what was going on, I freaked out. So there she is. That picture doesn't look real to me, but it must be because it's actually in the files. Her head looks like it's been stuck onto me. I don't know if it's just me. Do you guys reckon? But it's in the file, so it must be real. It's actually in there. But her head looks weird. Is it just me? Looks like it's too big for the body. Does that look photoshopped to you guys? Is it just me? Just looks weird, doesn't it? So she says there seemed to be as many as 100 girls. Some were models. Absolutely madness. She stayed for 40 minutes before she was taken upstairs and raped by Eggstein. Ugh. With his egg-shaped Mr. Winky. Maybe like lollipop head. But if you look at her hips, she's got quite big hips. Do you know you couldn't make it up with Eggstein? He got arrested on the 6th and he was aged 66. Yeah, maybe Lozzaby. Just look weird, didn't it? I'm sure I can smell gas. Can't do, surely. Unless it's from the street or something. I don't know. Weird. Right, okay. So another weird, it's all depressing stuff, isn't it? This is why I don't like doing news shows anymore. It's all depressing stuff. How are people getting on in the live chat? Does it like something? Yeah, it does, doesn't it, Ian? You know when you can't help but see something like, I'm not looking for it to be fake. I just, every time I look at it, my eyes feel like they're looking at something that's not natural. Yeah. 30 people watching. Please hit the like, guys, if you enjoy the content. If you don't, then that's okay. I won't be offended. We've got 19 likes. Thank you for being here, everybody. Right. So we've got a couple more stories and then I'm going to go because it's late and I'm tired and I'm guessing you guys are as well. Right. We're also going to get into this Sikh guy as well who's been arrested. I've just put the link on my video, a short up. Exactly, lovely jubbly. You're right, you can't trust anything. So this is weird. So store attack, masked men fight with knives outside Asda supermarket in broad daylight. This is in Nottingham today, as 2 injured. What is going on? This country is just, and it'll be the usual suspects as well, I'm guessing. You know, you do get some Indigenous Brits being idiots, but the majority of the time it isn't. A group of masked men with knives have injured multiple people while they had a fight outside. Inquiries are ongoing. It's in Sutton, it happened last night, so just before midnight last night, outside Asda. It was reported that a group of males wearing face coverings were wielding knives during the terrifying incident. Officers rushed to the scene and found 2 members of the public had been harmed. A 17-year-old boy had been slashed on his arm and a 24-year-old man suffered an injury to his elbow. Guys, hi Nanny, is my microphone loud enough, folks, or do I need to turn it up a bit because I'm quite far away from it? Let me know when I need to turn the gain up a little bit. Both injuries are not believed to be life-threatening. The victims are currently receiving support. The area has been cornered, it means cornered off, as police investigate. This is just like, what is going on? Wonder if it was like Hindus again and Muslims arguing maybe. I don't know. There's a video on my channel. There's another part to that as well where they're having mass fights. You know, different factions, different religions. It's just absolutely bonkers. They want people who recorded dash cam. So they're not telling us who it is or what group of people it is or anything, which always makes me suspicious. Yeah, knives, machetes. We know what it will be. It will be the usual suspects, in my opinion. Though I might be wrong, who knows? Oh, so I still need to get an update on whether they've found that woman yet that went missing by Lottie. Penny, you loud and clear. Please say phenomenon and Ayatollah. Ayatollah. There you go. Apparently I am loud and clear. Gosh, I need a wee, but I'm not going to be on for much longer, so I'll try and wait if I can. So a couple more stories. Let me just see. There's a missing child that I think we should cover. Let me just get this up now. A 13-year-old schoolgirl is missing, so I think that's important that we cover this in case there's anybody who... Get this up now. Who may know where she is or have seen her. Let's just get this up now. So sad. Another woman's been killed as well. We'll get onto that in a moment. Yeah, but there's a missing girl. So let's get this up in case there's anybody in the area. Frantic search for missing schoolgirl who vanished in city centre as cops launch appeal. This is awful. We need to get this girl home. So this is in Wales. Cops are searching for... In Newport again. Isn't that the area where all these people just happen to commit suicide? She was last seen on Friday leaving an address, so yesterday, 13 years old. The girl is described as tanned, approximately 4'9", and has a medium build. Tanned? Doesn't look tanned to me. I think maybe she had a lot of makeup on. So she has black hair that sits below her shoulders and has a nose piercing. Nose piercing at 13? Is that what they do now? I wouldn't let my daughter have a nose piercing at 13, but there you go. The team was wearing a purple blazer, grey jumper. So she'd been to school and a white shirt. Yeah, she'd been... Oh, my God. She also had a purple and grey striped... Why not just say she's in a school uniform and then describe her uniform? Okay, Saskia, love. Why not just say that? You know? She's in a school uniform. They're describing what she's wearing without saying the obvious. And last known whereabouts was at an address on Lighthouse Road. Do we have any Welsh people here in that area? She said to have links to the Newport and Cardiff area. Wasn't there some... I'll have a look now, Claire Bear. I've not seen it. Wasn't there some migrants put in that area as well, seem to recall? Sorry, Sarah. Right, Sarah is described as a tanned girl. Yeah, it didn't look tanned on that photo. Approximately 4'9", medium build, black hair with a nose ring piercing. Last seen wearing a purple blazer, grey jumper. End of information. We've got her first now. I don't know if we had a last name as well. I don't think we did. Let's have a quick look. Oh, it's making my eyes go funny, that. Blimey. Mel. Sarah. Is it Sarah? She doesn't know H at the end. Sarah. Don't know. Sarah. We don't know her last name. But anyway, if you've seen a schoolgirl anywhere, this is the update on that poor baby. It's just... It says here, a height at a residential property in Westminster. So won't that be posh round there then? That would be posh. There's the window. So it might not be foreigners then. It might be posh people. I can't even imagine. It's my heart's breaking that anybody would do that. I think so, as one of my friends was there last week at a protest. Sorry, what have I missed? All we know is Sarah is her name. They are grabbing girls off the street. Yeah, they are. I could have sworn there was some round there. There was some sort of asylum hotel or something in that area. Thing is, though, a lot of these places, yeah, in these areas, they don't realise, like they think, oh well, the world is lovely and let's welcome the refugees. They're like it in York as well. They don't have to live there, and then it's too late by the time they get there. Like where I grew up in Erdington, before like the 80s, because that was quite bad in the 90s, but before that, it was a nice little village in the 50s and the 60s. And then we did have quite a lot of we had some people on the Windrush come in, and then we had quite a lot of Irish people as well. But it was a vibrant little town. And then the floodgates opened in the EU in 2002, I think it was, or 2003. That time with the Blair government, who flooded it with Polish people. The Irish moved out, and now I haven't been back to Erdington for about 12 years, but apparently it is an utter hellhole. Hi, Rach. It is a war zone. You grew up by my nana and granddad, says Saskia. Yeah, I moved to Erdington when I was 9. I did live somewhere else before that in Sutton Coldfield. But yeah, there's a lot of Irish places, you know, in Erdington. I had Irish friends at school. Right, now we've got, this is really sad. There's been a death of a mum. Devastated family pay tribute to beautiful mum of two, 28 years old, found dead in a flat as a man, 39, faces murder charge. Now, we don't usually hear this, do we, folks? We usually just hear constantly that someone has entered the water or has, accidentally killed themselves and all this nonsense. On this occasion, they've actually said that this lady was murdered, which we don't hear much anymore because the police don't seem to want to do any work at all. All the photos now of these people, they're always like close-up selfies, aren't there? There's never any like natural photos. Heartbreaking family paid tribute to a beautiful mum of two. Carly Soane was discovered in Ipswich in Suffolk in the early hours of Tuesday morning following a welfare check. I'm wondering if that's the dad of the children. I don't know. I'm just thinking, is it that, or is it a stranger that did this to her? Right, so it says here the 39-year-old Paul Stevenson appeared at Ipswich Magistrates Court on Thursday charged with murder. He spoke only to confirm his name, address and date of birth. He's in custody until his next hearing in May. Right. Carly and Stevenson are understood to have known to each other. Why are they using her first name and his last name? That's a bit weird. Tributes have now flooded in. She worked as a receptionist at the Goals Soccer Centre in Ipswich. This is just horrendous. Who the hell would do this and why? Why? What is wrong with people now? What the hell is wrong with people? Her smile and her laugh were infectious. It's just so depressing. I hate doing a news show now. Like, the news used to be boring. Now it's just traumatic. This one as well. This happened yesterday. A boy, 15, who stabbed a 15-year-old girl in the back with a large carving knife in school toilet area appears in court. This was yesterday. This is just utterly shocking and evil. This is at school. You can't even take your kids to school. This was in Norwich. They can't be named because of his age. I say name and shame the little bastard. Look at this. Imagine armed police coming into your school. Look. People had to hide under the desks. They were seen storming classrooms. He appeared at Norwich Magistrates Court charged with attempted murder and possession of a knife. How much do you want to reckon that if he was white, they would have named him by now? Remember the Southport as well? We didn't get named as a Welsh choir boy. So he appeared at Norwich Magistrates Court. Prosecutor Josephine Jones had CCTV of a toilet area. What? They have CCTV in the toilets at school now? At the school showed a boy all in black wearing a mask carrying a carving knife with a lengthy blade. The victim had been stabbed in the back. Now, was this a school kid from that school? Or was it someone who wasn't at that school, who came in and his girlfriend had dumped him or something? I don't know. I'm not reading this. I'm just brainstorming. The defendant fled but was arrested by police nearby as the school was placed in lockdown. A search at his home allegedly showed information that he was looking for specific victims. Victims plural. What the hell? The teen, who spoke only to confirm his name, address and date of birth, was remanded into a youth detention accommodation. He's next going to be at court on the 10th of April. The horror unfolded at around 10:20 on Wednesday after the girl was stabbed. So it wasn't yesterday, it was Wednesday. Teachers barricaded classroom doors. Some students held me back, hid under desks as the school was plunged into lockdown. The girl was taken to hospital with minor injuries and has since been discharged. Minor injuries. She got stabbed in the back with a bloody meat cleaver, was it? Oh my God. So we had more than one target. Apparently they got a good rating in their Ofsted report. Sorry, I've just yawned. So he's been arrested and charged. I'm not surprised the police don't act on all these women being killed when you've got all these. They must have so much to do. Lovely straight across the palm of my hand. Oh, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with. Yeah, you're right there, lovely jubbly. She sure did. Yeah, the thing is though, right? I used to agree with you. I used to agree with you, Terry Knowles Band again. But I don't have to hit or discipline my child. I don't even have to shout at him. He's been brought up properly. You don't have to hit children. I am very much against hitting children. I don't agree with it. I know that a lot of people do, and everyone, has got their own. Oh, sorry guys, my back's really bad and I need a wee as well, so I have to keep moving. Apologies. Yeah, so I don't agree with it. I don't agree with hitting children. And when they say, oh, bring back smacks and all that sort of stuff, well, my little boy, I'm not just saying this because he's mine, but he's really good. He's a good boy. He's not naughty, Every child will do silly things and stuff, but he hasn't got a nasty bone or a bad bone in him. And I don't have to shout at him, or I don't have to discipline him or anything, because he's been brought up properly. So if you bring your kids up properly, then you don't need to smack them. And I used to not agree with that, but I can only go by my own experience. And that's just a fact. Right, let's see what else. I'm yawning now. This is an interesting one. This one nearly snuck out. It wasn't really in many papers. I know they're not. But then, is it nature or nurture? I know they're not all the same, but my point is, if you bring up your kids properly, and I've said this before, homemade has got a lot going for it, because it's not just the fact that your children aren't naughty, should we say, when all kids can be naughty. Just going to stop that a minute because I want to just finish talking about this and then I will get on to that next story. Of course, some children are naughty, but yet they're defenseless. And by hitting children, you're teaching children that when you can't get what you want, it's okay to go and wallop someone. I personally don't agree with it. Now, all kids, like I say, all kids are different, and kids will push boundaries. It's part of growing up. They will be back-chatty and naughty, but I can only go by my own experience. And children that are homemade as well, they seem to have more social skills around adults, because they're used to being around adults more. And then when we go out on days out, there's always adults and children. So they seem to have that respect, where children at school just speak to teachers like a piece of shit. My ex's boy was always naughty. She didn't have time for him. See what I mean? Sorry, I'm yawning now. It's ridiculous. You can be filmed doing your walk into a pub. I know, it's mad, isn't it? But anyway, that's my point, is that I can only, all right, Georgie, come here then, baby. I can only go by my own experience, okay? And if you bring up children properly from the start, see, and I bet you he was a lot better behaved around you, Ian, as well. You bring them up properly from the start and you won't have half as many problems. Though I'm not saying that everyone's children are perfect. I use spyglasses, pens, and tie clips doing security. I've missed something there. Right. Okay, it's true, Penny. Well, it is. Yeah, well, you don't get bullies, do you? You don't have to get a bully. Hi, Brum Vixen. I know. I don't think they've gone. See? You be kind. Yeah? You be kind and you treat children properly. They won't always be naughty. Just shouting repeatedly at a child. It's like if you've got like a bad dog, for example, where you think it's a bad dog. You shout at that dog. It's not going to achieve anything. It just might make you feel a little bit better. And the way I always look at it as well, I just want to say this. You know when you're really angry and there's your kid. Why can't I stop yawning? I think it's because I've not eaten anything today and I've got no energy now. Oxygen in my lungs. I've got no oxygen. So if you've got a naughty child, this is just an example, and you're really, really wound up and angry because that kid's doing your head in, and you really shout at that kid, if you wasn't wound up, would you still shout at that child? No. You're shouting because it's helping you release what you're feeling. You should not be using children as a release to make us feel better. If you will act differently to when you're calm to when you're not calm, then that is on you, not the child. That is how I see it. Even if I'm getting really annoyed, for example, with something that he's doing, then I'll just say, oi, listen. And that's it. That's all I have to do. And that isn't just because I'm just lucky or I'm not gloating. It's because it's been brought up properly from day one. But anyway, everyone's got their own opinion. I don't agree with hitting kids, especially not at school. I don't agree with it. I don't think no one should be hitting anybody. I don't think we should go around hitting little people. These are little people, little humans. They're little. We shouldn't be hitting them. Or animals or anything. Anyway, moving on. Right, so remember old Horny Hugh? Well, this is in the news. He hasn't paid back his money, you know. They asked for his pension back or his whatever it was. To BBC. Anyway, someone's put here, I did meet Hugh Edwards and spend night in hotel. He tried to touch me and I froze. Reveals teen he paid for sexual pics. People were defending this scumbag, right, when this all came out. And I said, didn't I, at the time, don't fall for it. He's a wrong 'un. Don't fall for it. You know, the way we're going, oh, well, some people could just be accused and he's innocent. No. Anyway, let's listen to this.
I think he was like a mega.
And
like,
that's
I
household name,
recognized him, yeah. But he is a household name, really. But I recognized him, and yeah, but I didn't sort of tell him that I was going to message him, and I did. I messaged you when I got home. I didn't have no intention of meeting him. I just thought I'm gonna go quick cash. Pretty much straight away.
Was that a wedding ring then?
PayPal.
Right, so obviously I've never seen an interviewer look so disinterested in my entire life. She's interviewing some bloke who reckons when he was younger, he was paid for sexual pics by a pedo. She sat there looking at a bloody phone and looking bored shitless. Watch. Look at her. What's this about? I know journalists these days are lazy, but come on. He's sort of opening up to her. She's looking at a bloody phone. But watch, I'm sure he's got a wedding ring on. Watch.
Look, I didn't.
So if he was a teen then, he must be in his 20s now, I'm guessing. Obviously, they've had to use a voice changer, though. Do you know what? I wouldn't. Look at her. She's bored shitless. She's looking at a computer now. You horrible cow.
Sort of tell him that I was going to message him, and I did. I messaged you when I got home. I didn't have no intention of meeting him. I just thought I'm going to quick hash, you know.
Yeah.
Like pretty much straight away, he asked me if I had a PayPal. Like pretty much straight away, like within the first say 5 messages.
Wow.
And I said no, and he said make one. And then I made one and put my thing, and he sent me £500 within the first 15 minutes. Yeah, I did expect to speak to him, but I didn't. Yeah, like the money thing definitely come from his side.
Tell me about when you met up then. So you met up for this first time.
Yeah.
What happened then?
Like, because at this point in time, I was like, he was actually getting my hotels and like I was relying on him.
Yeah.
And he said, if you don't come, like I'm in Cardiff at this time, if you don't come then, like I'm not going to help you anymore. So I went and he was waiting outside for me outside the night, and then he had his hand in his pocket and he was standing there like looking, and he walked through the hotel like there was like he just walked through like there was nothing, like and I could feel people looking. Do you know what I mean? Maybe because he was here more, maybe because he was with.
Yeah.
I must have just missed when I was 19. Just 19 maybe. I think he said I couldn't speak. Like I went completely mute. I was so nervous. And like I remember he tried to put his hand on my shoulder, or like on my head, and I just got like I froze. Like I can remember and I couldn't get my words out there, and I just went to sleep.
He sounds Welsh, doesn't he?
I just went to sleep. Yeah, so I couldn't
do anything.
Yeah, it's quite hard, isn't it? Let me see if I can put captions on. There's no bloody captions button. What about if you put it on this stream, guys? Can you put captions on my stream? Is it letting you? It's frustrating, isn't it? She's looking at the camera now. She's breaking the fourth wall. You are a terrible, terrible journalist interviewer.
Woke up in the morning and just left.
He went in.
Oh, he left?
Yeah, he left because he had work or something, but yeah. He did try, I remember like laying to the side, did try and like kiss my...
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah.
Do you think you knew that you were spending the money on drugs? Some of the money?
I think, yeah, because he sort of did, he sort of like would insult me sometimes when, I don't know, when we were arguing, he'd say something about drugs, but like I'd never explicitly said to him. But like
he was paying this lad money and knowing that this lad was going to spend it on drugs, is what he's saying.
You know what I mean? It sort of made me feel special, like when he was giving me money, because like I was like, I really must see something in me, do you know what I mean?
I still can't believe that piece of shit, Horny Hugh, is still not in jail. He makes me sick, and he's still not paid that money back that the BBC. It's just absolutely. There's the story. Absolutely makes my bloody blood boil. Penny, children's home, says Ian, where I live, closed as the manager and some staff did things. Oh man. Well, I'm going to start looking into that Jersey home as well. You know that one, is that the Jersey one where they found all those bodies? You okay, George? My George. Right, he's not slept last night, so I want to try and make sure that he doesn't sleep too much, because he's napping and then he's not going to sleep tonight. Mal. Gizmo's being really naughty now. Right, I'm going to end it there. I think there's one more. Hang on. There's so many stories. Can you hear Gizmo? I don't know if you can hear him being naughty. He wants to play with George, and he's going, wow, wow. He's talking, wow, wow. Can you hear him? I'll stop talking, listen. He's a mo. He's got his own little song. I've got songs for all the dogs. I'm sure you've all got songs for all your pets, guys. I think it's just everybody has it, don't they? He's a momo. Right. Yeah, so guys, tomorrow night I'll be doing more egg stain deep dives because I'm not going out tomorrow. I've been going out most weekend stuff, like kids and stuff, with Jack and let's pause that a sec. We went to the cinema last weekend. We went to and watched The Goat. It was dead good, that. But the quiet one this weekend. We're out next weekend, I think. I don't know anymore. Can't remember. Okay, so I'll be live tomorrow night. Anyway, this is the last one I want to show you. Is apparently Trump is saying about the UFO stuff again. Used to do crazy news from around the world. I will be doing that. That'll be on the Curious Bunny. You mean the Curious News? That was the naughtiest thing we did. Can you guys hear Gizmo? Stop now. Mamau. Right, last one. Okay, so this is Trump. And he's about to tell us about UFOs. There's that Caroline Levitt in the background.
Barack Obama said that aliens are real. Have you seen any evidence of non-human visitors to Earth?
Well, he gave classified information. He's not supposed to be doing that. You know?
So aliens are real?
Well, I don't know if they're real or not. I can tell you he gave classified information.
Look at her face.
He made a big mistake. He took it out of classified information. No, I don't have an opinion on it. I never talk about it. A lot of people do. A lot of people believe it. Do you believe it, Peter?
Well, the president can declassify anything that he wants to. So if you want to make an announcement,
I may get him out of trouble by declassifying.
Yeah. So anyway, this is. I know that was a couple of weeks ago, but this story's in the news. So it says here, Trump's UFO files hold shocking clues that prove we are not alone. I thought I'd end it in a bit of a different one because it's all depressing. But yeah, the Curious News will be returning some point soon. Okay, we can do one tomorrow night if you want, or if you don't want an Epstein deep dive. Oh, it's Mummy's Day tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, thank you everybody for the nice people wishing me happy Mummy's Day. I always say as well, not all mummies have human children. They have their little feathery or scaly or furry or hairy, children. So there's a lot of bun mums that I know. So I always feel for those that they can't have children, or they see their animals as family, which I do. So every mummy is I wish happy Mummy's Day to, whether it's a human, child, or an animal. Anyway, just quickly, so Trump saying here, Christopher Mellon says the federal government's shocking evidence of extraterrestrial activity includes satellite imagery of aircraft that look nothing like we have built. So this dude here has come out and said they've got that the UFOs are real, and that Trump could actually come out and say it and prove it as well. He said he will direct US agencies to begin the process of identifying and releasing government files on aliens. Under Trump's order 2 weeks ago, Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, who was seen at the beginning, will direct the release of files related to aliens and UFOs. The president wrote on Truth Social that all of the information connected to the highly complex subject matter would also be revealed. He made the announcement just days after Obama said that there was that aliens are real. So this looks like it could be happening, guys. We could find out. So this guy, this Christopher Mellon, says that it's massive and includes photos and videos. So far, Trump has not confirmed the official release. So I seen this story and I thought, you know what? Let's talk about it, because it could come off at any time. Mo, he's a Mo. So there you go. Now, if you like that sort of stuff, jump onto the Curious Bunny. Guys, would you prefer me to do a Curious News tomorrow night? Or would you like me to cover more egg stain stuff? Because we've not had a Curious News for a while. I know. I don't know, it does happen here as well, though. Look at the Rendlesham incident. There's loads of UFOs around here as well. Guys, let me know quickly in the live chat what you prefer. Happy Mother's Day, Rach, to all the mummies of human and animals. If you want me to do a curious news, I will, but I need to start researching, you see. Yes, okay, let's have a bit of fun. Right, okay. DJ Rockford, egg stain, says Tamsin, not Croatia or some poor country. I don't know what you mean by that. Right, so we're now at one silly news. Well, I can do, yeah, it'd be curious, silly. Yeah, okay, we'll do curious. Tamsin, we will be on egg stain as well next week, don't worry. I've got loads and loads and loads and loads of egg stain stuff. It's a treasure trove of infinity. Mau, what's the matter? Squeaking. Right. Alien, silly. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. Right, I'm going to go because I need a wee, and I need to try and eat something. I've not eaten anything since yesterday. I'm starting to feel a bit hungry now. Beat my mum's for her last Mother's Day. Oh, mate. I'm so sorry. Oh. Exactly. It will still be there. Oh, thank you, Ian. Appreciate that, mate. Right, guys. We'll do a curious news tomorrow night. Oh, DJ Rockford, I'm thinking about you, mate. I'm really sorry to hear that, bud. I'll try and go a bit earlier as well. It all depends on these little sausages, what time they decide to be naughty, what time they want to eat their dinner, what time they want to go for their walks. Got to make sure the hedgehogs are fed and the little field mice are fed, and the cat across the road that keeps coming into the garden and trying to eat my little field mice, wood mice. So I've been feeding it across the road in a pact of stay out of my garden and I'll feed you. And it keeps coming in still. So it's turned into a massive event now, feeding the hedgehogs, because I'm feeding every bloody thing now. Squirrel. Oh, DJ Rockford says he got an extra 2 years more than he thought we'd get, so it's all good. Well, maybe you'll get another one. If there is a God, he's done me a solid. Oh, yeah, we're all here for you, mate. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow night on the Curious Bunny, and we'll do silly, bizarre, strange. There might be some aliens, ghosts thrown in, who knows? I've not even started to look yet, so I'll see what I can come up with for tomorrow night. All right then, guys, have a good one. Take care. Good night. God bless, and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye.